This is it, bro. Like, it come down to Caitlyn, bro. It is what it is, man. Caitlyn, you gotta take a stand, man. You stand for something or you die. You'll fall for anything, man. Caitlyn Clark, and it's plain and simple. Caitlyn Clark has to give the Indiana Fever an ultimatum. That's right. I've been disgusted all day about this piss poor, embarrassing performance from the players, and most of all from this coaching staff. Stephanie White, I'll say it again, you are a pure bum of a coach.
Wait a minute. Did Stephanie White just hit expert level in coaching catastrophes? Because after that Fever blowout, Caitlyn Clark fans didn't just react, they erupted. Think pitchforks, memes, and enough smoke to rival a Waffle House kitchen at 3 a.m. The backlash? Oh, it's here. It's loud, chaotic, and coming in hotter than a Clark logo 3. If Stephanie hasn't logged off Twitter yet, she probably should. So what actually happened? Why are fans crying foul? And is this the beginning of a full-blown implosion? Or just the opening act of a very messy saga? Let's break it down.
A 19-point loss. Caitlyn Clark's return, in which, since this is a lady we're talking about, it looks like Stephanie White has spaded Caitlyn Clark, for lack of a better way of putting it. If it was a dude, I'd say neutered, but, you get my point. She has taken away Caitlyn Clark's greatest asset, which is the creator and instigator.
Apparently, someone handed Stephanie White a remote from 1997, hit slow motion, and snapped the fast-forward button clean off. Because watching the Indiana Fever's offense is like waiting at the DMV, long, uneventful, and mysteriously draining. Fans didn't sign up for a walking basketball seminar narrated by Drying Paint, PhD. They showed up for the Caitlyn Clark show, and instead, they are stuck watching reruns of Where Are They Passing It Now? Starring nobody cutting and featuring no spacing, the musical.
I'm getting concerned about Caitlyn Clark's future with the Indiana Fever, because it's not just that they're losing these games, it's the manner in which they're losing. It's the low shot attempts from Caitlyn Clark. It's the low usage from Caitlyn Clark. It's the having her in the corner, coming off these screens, getting the ball on the wing, and then her losing the basketball, keep getting the ball in these unfavorable positions. She is at her best when she's pushing it up the floor, coming off the screen with Aaliyah Boston. You're not even doing that anymore. It seems like the Indiana Fever aren't prioritizing Caitlyn Clark's growth as a player, but what they're prioritizing is the system of basketball that Stephanie White has ran throughout.
The Fever offense moves with all the urgency of a Sunday afternoon nap. Meanwhile, there's Caitlyn Clark, buzzing with voltage, weaving through screens like a firecracker on a mission, ready to launch the next highlight into orbit. But the play stalls out, again. Her teammates casually jog around like they're searching for their Uber pickup spot, not a scoring opportunity, and poor Caitlyn? She's left watching the game plan melt in real time, like sugar swirling in lukewarm water. She's not just the best point guard in the league. She's running the show while babysitting an offense that feels like it was sketched on a napkin at Ipe somewhere between the pancakes and regret.
Had a lineup yesterday. Aaron McDonald starting at point. Chelsea Mitchell's at shooting guard. Caitlyn Clark's at small forward. And I'm like, what is going on? Are we trying smaller lineups? I guess, okay, but are we doing a point forward situation? Is that what we're doing? We're doing a LeBron James point forward. No, the hell we ain't. We ain't. We're just running the same old, I want to say same old offense, but I don't know what that...
And let's talk about this coaching staff's decision-making. Because at this point, it feels like they're using a dartboard, a blindfold, and a deep commitment to chaos theory. Benching Lexi Hull? That's not a tactical move. That's a cry for help. She's the one player consistently bringing defensive grit, hustle, and actual floor spacing. And she gets yanked, while the rest of the lineup moves like a flash mob that forgot its choreography halfway through. Fans are so confused they've started running screenshots of the Fever's rotations through AI just to see if anyone can make sense of it. Spoiler, not even the robots know what's going on.
Stephanie White is not going to change. Stephanie White is not going to stop until her style of drag everyone down to their level basketball prevails. She's not going to change. And I do not think that we're going to see very much of Stephanie White, or very much of the Fever playing good basketball.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is still out there throwing dime after dime into the abyss, threading needles to teammates who catch the ball and immediately enter existential crisis mode. Dribble, panic, pass it back, reset, repeat. That's not an offensive scheme. It's a condition. It's like the coaching staff somehow discovered the one speed setting that makes Caitlin Clark look less like Caitlin Clark. You've got the league's most electric point guard, and half the time she's parked in the corner like she's waiting for a bus. News flash. The corner isn't her destiny. It's her punishment. At this point, you could swap the Fever's offensive sets with a middle school pickup game and no one would notice. Actually, scratch that. The middle schoolers would at least run the floor. You've got a generational passer, a walking logo 3, a cold-blooded creator. And instead of letting her run the show, we're watching her hand the ball off and fade into off-ball exile like she's in witness protection. This isn't basketball. It's malpractice.
As long as Stephanie White is here, we'll never see the true greatness that Caitlin Clark has within her. We'll never see it. Caitlin Clark has to march up to that front office and say, hey, look, either you guys are going to fix this and we're going to do it my way, or I will not put on this jersey and I will not allow you guys to profit off of me any longer. It's that simple. You want her or you want me? I'm going to pick the coach. I'm going to tell you what players.
The fans, they are cracking. Patience has officially left the building. People have gone from live tweeting every Clark assist to Googling, can you sue a coach for wasting a generational talent? The mood has shifted from hopeful to hostile, and the crowd doesn't even boo anymore. They just let out a collective sigh like a bad sitcom laugh track on its last legs. Meanwhile, one of the only players bringing real defensive energy and that gritty glue girl hustle gets buried on the bench. In her place, a rotating cast of mismatched lineups that couldn't gel if you bathed them in super glue. Who's making these rotation decisions? A Magic 8 ball? A horoscope app? Because from the outside, it feels like someone's pulling names out of a hat and praying for vibes. Even opposing teams look confused. They come in bracing for a Caitlin Clark avalanche, and instead, they get 3/4 of off-ball wandering and start wondering if the scouting report was satire. Coaches expect fire and get molasses. They are winning just by showing up, and Clark, she's doing everything short of cloning herself and subbing in at center. Honestly, give her a lab in 10 minutes. She might just try.
What Stephanie White is doing. First, the Golden State Valkyries just cracked the Indiana Fever. Like there's no way to go around it. They're playing an envious style of basketball. I would say something that, you know, when I think of the Indiana Fever, I'm like, yo, they need to be running the offense like that. And I was absolutely baffled by the decision to start Ari McDonald, Kelsey Plum, and Caitlin Clark.
This isn't just wasted potential. It's sabotage by stubbornness. You've got the most talked about rookie in decades, and you're running an offense that couldn't break a press in a church league. Caitlin Clark, the floor general, the architect of spacing, rhythm, and chaos in motion, is being treated like a role player in a system that seems allergic to innovation. Every minute she's not initiating the offense is a minute tossed straight into the void. It's like asking Mozart to hum softly in the corner while someone else fumbles their way through chopsticks. And the wildest part? The coach isn't adjusting, she's doubling down. The slower the offense gets, the more she leans into it. It's as if someone found a broken record, called it a playback, and decided that repetition counts as revolution. Fans are begging for movement, screaming for tempo, pleading to keep the ball in Clark's hands. And in return, they are getting lineup decisions that feel like avant-garde performance art, with zero applause at the end.
Ocean offense, and Caitlin Clark is not a player that plays within an offense. She is an offense. Caitlin Clark is more of a James Harden type. She's more of a Luka Doncic type. She's the type that you have to give the ball to and allow to do whatever she wants to, but Stephanie White is putting her in this box. There were so many plays where Ari McDonald would bring it up and then Caitlin Clark would come off these screens that weren't even good screens. They weren't even good picks. And then you're seeing the Indiana Fever offense totally crash, or Caitlin Clark might not touch the ball until 9 seconds left in the shot clock because it went through Ari McDonald, it went through Sophie Cunningham, and then finally it goes to Caitlin Clark and she has 9 seconds to actually make a shot. Caitlin Clark is obviously the reason why everybody...
The Fever don't just look lost, they look committed to being lost. Like they had a treasure map, set it on fire for warmth, and are now aimlessly wandering the court hoping Caitlin Clark saves the day with a miracle floater or a logo 3 dot and the fan base. They've gone from disappointed to full-blown rebellion. And not the cute kind. The organized kind. The kind that shows up with receipts, advanced stats, slow-motion replays, and 3-minute TikToks breaking down why benching Lexi Hull was the final straw. What started as a slow burn has officially become a bonfire. And the cruel irony? It was all avoidable. All they had to do was let Caitlin cook. Give her the ball. Open the floor. Let the game breathe. Instead, we're stuck watching this stilted, overcoached, underwhelming brand of basketball that's turned pure excitement into slow, grinding agony. You don't build a franchise by dimming your brightest star. You build it by letting her set the sky on fire. Right now, it feels like the Fever are doing everything they can to hand her a fire extinguisher instead.